All right, hello. So today's question is about creating a marketing, sales and marketing pipeline for financial planners. The trick with financial planning or financial planners in the business is to be able to manage your marketing while staying compliant. Because I know an issue for a lot of you is staying compliant, maintaining compliance. And I understand it's valid. It's a valid concern, making sure that people don't overmarket or oversell or start occurring like car salesmen. And that's important to do in the financial industry, and I understand that totally. What I found is if you work with the compliance departments over time, that you can actually get at least some things going in terms of your marketing, especially online these days. And I want to emphasize that there are opportunities online to market that should be exploited by now. If you don't, you're actually going to be left behind on the 8 ball. I can almost assure you in that, because the majority of people, more and more people are searching online for financial advice, for options, for other choices apart from the ones they already have right now with their current financial planner. The majority of people I know are searching online, including very savvy people and the not so savvy people as well. So it really behooves you to actually get more of an online presence. And I'm seeing pretty good results with the people who are. They're getting more and more referrals from people online these days. But like I said, you want to manage your compliance. And there are ways to do that. As long as you work with the compliance department, you'll be surprised at how well you can do that. Now, I know the other challenge is time. A lot of financial planners spend a lot of time in service delivery, in serving their clients, making sure they have their plans updated, etc. Totally get that. And I know that can take quite a lot of work, especially when you develop and grow your practice. But here's the thing, if you keep only doing short-term stuff, you will never get to long-term growth. You'll always be doing about maybe 5, and I think that's very kind, 5%, maybe 6% growth every year. To hit about 10%, it takes quite a bit of work. To hit even more than that, it takes even a lot more work. But it's work that can be spread out. It doesn't have to be done to the exclusion of everything else you have to do. It doesn't have to be done at the expense of your clients that you have right now. If you plan it well, it can be executed over time. The trick is to spread out your marketing time over a couple of days, over a couple of months, over a couple of weeks. That's how to do it. But you got to start, and every day or every week or every month that you delay doing it is an opportunity cost. And if you think about it, your competitors are thinking probably the same thing right now. Maybe we should get online. And the people who do even a little bit of education on marketing online will discover, it's probably a good idea to do so. And you see, it's going to be harder and harder to compete with them because they're going to amass a greater presence online. That's going to be harder to beat. So the sooner you get in on the act, the sooner you are able to develop a presence, at least in your area, or the kinds of search words or keywords that people are looking for online for your particular skills. Okay, so that's important to know. So how do you go about doing this? Assuming you can handle the compliance, and I've worked with financial planners and working with their compliance departments in the past. But there are a couple of stages. So the first thing, like I tell everybody else, create a mission statement that appeals to you, that works for you. And that's important to do because the mission statement is what's going to help. It'll be the glue that keeps everything going in the same direction. Because if you don't have something that gives you a direction to go into, then you're going to end up marketing to everybody and to everything. And then you'll forget about what your core competencies are, what you're really good at, what you're more passionate about. And passion can go a long way, especially when you have a small group of people around you that are supporting you only, or you're a solopreneur. So you want to really emphasize the mission statement. Okay. The second is to think strategically. What kind of markets do you want to go after? And you should only focus on 3 at a time to test them out, and then over time maybe only have 2, maybe even 1 area that you just focus on. And that's your target marketing that you want to start thinking about, writing about this. Doing a discovery on, looking at your previous history of clients, how you got them, where you met them, why they became interested in you. And that can start pointing yourself in the direction of which target markets to focus on. Okay. The next thing is to come up with a finite set of a short list, preferably 4 or less objectives for the 5-year term and the 1-year term. And I say 4 because you don't want to do more than that. I know a lot of people, they have this long list of stuff which becomes unmanageable. Almost nobody looks at that stuff after the first week. I can almost guarantee you. But if you keep it short and sweet to 4 objectives, clearly identified short objectives with numbers and observable events on it, then and with deadline dates, then you have you have something that's manageable now. Okay. So 4 long-term objectives. Then you want to look at your medium-term objectives, which could be every quarter or every 6 months on your way to those longer-term objectives. You want to set those as well. Again, a maximum of 4 for each time frame. And that will help dictate what your short-term objectives are, which are your day and week objectives. And if you're reviewing all of these every day, then there's a good chance you're going to have all of these going in the same direction. Someone asked Warren Buffett one time how he became so successful. Without blinking, he looked right back at the interviewer and said, unlike most other people, I have all my gears going in the same direction. Similarly, you want to have all your gears going in the same direction. Your mission, your strategy, your long-term objectives, and your short-term objectives. Okay. The last thing is what I call a grouting list. A grouting list is the little things that you can do here and there to fill up your time that could actually create at least a minimal, if not a good return on investment. So for example, if you did a tweet, if you had like 20 videos already produced, it doesn't take much to produce a video, by the way. Really doesn't. Look at what I produce, and I don't get a lot of viewers right now, or maybe by the time you see this, you'll probably see a lot more viewers. But I get enough, and I get the right people, and here's the other thing. When you have a video, if you have 5 minutes to spare, you can get on Twitter and tweet that video. And if you develop it over time, that video can start spreading and get viewed by a couple more people. So if you imagine if you've got 5 minutes here and there, and every day you're tweeting one video, you can build up quite a good following for yourself over time, right? Now imagine if you had 20 videos and you were shooting them out on Twitter. In other words, spend 5 minutes here and there, you tweet a video, or you have Facebook and you post your video on Facebook from time to time. If you have 20 videos, over time you could do, it's basically you have 2 channels and you have 20 videos, 20 things that can go into each channel, right? So you have really 20 times 20 opportunities, so to speak, to combine, how you want to send out your videos, right? So that's about 400 opportunities if you look at the map. I hope that makes sense of sending that stuff out. So every day, if you have even 2 videos, you can just alternate and send them out. Of course, over time, people will get bored seeing the same video. So you want to have more videos to distribute these 2 channels. Now imagine if you had more channels, not just Twitter and Facebook, but you have Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, your blog. And you can get other blogs to post your articles. You can get them on easyarticles.com. You can do that on Pinterest. You can do them on all the other social media sites out there. And over time, you could have a huge engine that's pumping out content. Now, if you hire somebody to do this, obviously, you could do this all day long and get a lot of content out there with your name. Now, why is this important? Because over time, what builds your name online, especially in your town or your city or just even in your neighborhood, is the amount of content that has your name and has relevant content that people are searching for. So if they're searching for a financial planner in Palo Alto, and you live in Palo Alto and you work in Palo Alto, then people who go online and look for a financial planner in Palo Alto are more likely to find you if you have more content than your competitors. It's very simple math. All Google's doing is looking for people who match that search keyword, financial planners in Palo Alto, who have more relevant content than the other competitors. So the more relevant content you have, the more pressure it is on Google to get you up on the first page and at the top, or at least on the first page. And that's what you want to aim for over time, because more and more people, like I said, are searching online, and that's very relevant and important for you to do. I hope you get the spirit of my message, and I look forward to supporting you in the future. Take care.